It's still a little twangy. I still don't like it. It's a little, like, tightly strung. That's what I don't like about steel string, too. I don't remember that part. Has anybody seen the movie Amadeus, where the guy is like, can you take out some of the notes? I'm sorry to be that, Marcin, but what was that turnaround? Can we tone it down a little bit? The music's good enough. Okay, here's how I really feel about this. Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the reaction log. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me get into my classical elitist garb here. Hold on. I should be wearing this for this one because today's subject is Marson. Not the classical Marson, the whatever this is Marson. He has a new video. It's on Mozart's Requiem. Whoa. Who's this? This ain't Marson. What are you doing down there? What are you up to? What is this crap? What? Dude, what a freaking dreamboat, huh? Instant classic. Wait, is this guy seriously just advertising his song? Alright, well, you're advertising Sore Hands. Congratulations. Who is this? Domino David, the first time. Official visual video. I sure hope my video is visual. Never met the shore. I don't mean to make fun of people's music. It's fine. It sounds fine. It sounds like contemporary Christian music. It makes me wonder, what's the purpose of the song? Is it to try to make money? Were you really passionate about making this? It doesn't sound like it. I don't know. There's no angst in it at all. It's just a song for the most boring people on earth to listen to. Let's get to some real music now. This is Mozart Requiem on one guitar. Marson, the official video. It's visual, I hope. He didn't specify. So, here's the deal. I'm going to play this. You're not going to hear a whole lot of it, so I'm actually going to post a link to it in the description. I usually don't do that because I'm lazy. It's not because I'm trying to hide views or anything like that. This is a one-man operation. I can't do everything, okay? But I want you to go there and listen to it, and I'm going to have small enough clips to where I'm not going to get a copyright strike, and we're just going to talk about it. Okay, so without further ado. Oh yeah, what am I? I'm a classical guitar elitist. Marson is too, but he turned his back to us, so now everyone in the classical world hates him. I'm just kidding. I don't hate Marson. This might come as a surprise, but I'm actually pretty fond of Marson, and I enjoy some of the stuff that he does. And I'll talk about what exactly it is I enjoy and why I enjoy it. And also, Marson knows who I am too. Did you know that? Because he was on a Polish podcast where he said there was some classical elitist making fun of him. And he said he usually doesn't watch reaction videos, but he watched this one and he was like talking a little crap on me. Deserved. By the way, I was making a video like making fun of him basically, but it's kind of cool, right? Which, like, I shouldn't be surprised. I feel like it's easy to know who I am just because I've gotten a lot of views. There's still something that feels kind of good about that, knowing that he's seen that video. So, you know, Marson, if you are watching this one, sit back and enjoy. We're just gonna take a look at your music, you know, I'll be nice. Let's get into it. Requiem. It's still a little twangy. I still don't like it. It's a little, like, tightly strung. That's what I don't like about steel string, too. But really nice, delicate tones. Also, nice watch. What is that, a freaking Rolex? Probably. Also, rings. Very interesting choice. You might scratch your French polish, as if you care about that. Am I right? Alright. Nice little accelerando into this, and then we start getting a little silly with the turnarounds. That minor 9 sound. So familiar on guitar. Okay, let's keep going. I don't remember that part. Has anybody seen the movie Amadeus, where the guy is like, can you take out some of the notes? I'm sorry to be that, Marcin, but what was that turnaround? Can we tone it down a little bit? The music's good enough. So, I could have done some research on this. I don't know the entire Mozart Requiem, this piece in particular. I can't, like, think through the whole thing. I'm not, like, super into Mozart, to be honest, but what it sounds like is that he's doing a theme and variations on it right now. So he's going to different techniques, doing tremolo, and it's all just based on that same theme going forward. I have some thoughts. I'm gonna keep gathering them, and then we're gonna talk. Okay, I guess he is going through a lot. It sounds... Wow, it's impressive how nice he makes the tremolo sound on a steel string. There's a lot working against Marcin for this one. Okay, here's how I really feel about this. Marcin, right now, is taking his time to produce a video that's gotten 178,000 views. Like, you know, a pretty decent amount in 11 days. I hope more people watch it. I also kind of get why not as many people have watched this, because it is Mozart Requiem. It's not like freaking Drake beat melody. He's taking Mozart's music and applying it to his style. There's no famous name other than Mozart being included here. I get why the views are a little lower than something that's more sensational. But when Marcin makes that sensational stuff, it gets children in particular used to hearing this tappy guitar stuff, which kids like because it's exciting, stuff's going on, you know, it's just loud and cool. Like, it's cool for a kid to hear that. So they get used to that sound over the Drake song or whatever. I'm using like Drake, I don't know why. And then Marcin will put out something like this. Here's this familiar sound that you're used to. Let's take some Mozart now. And guess what? A lot of these kids, because it's 178,000 views, that's still a lot of views. A lot of these kids will hear this, and it might be their first time hearing Mozart or the Requiem, like the actual melody of it, I mean. And it's just going to plant that in their ear. And as far as things to be planted in your ear as a kid, because I remember random commercials and stuff still, just the jingles from them, is Mozart's Requiem not an excellent thing to be planting in children's ears? I think so, right? And that's what he's doing right now. He's taking this orchestral piece that's sort of intimidating. No child would ever click on that on their own. And he's sensationalizing it. He's making it easy to click on, thus planting the seed of the melody in your brain. And maybe after watching this, you'd be curious to hear the actual thing. Or maybe it'll just be planted in their ears. And if that's in your ear for a while and you think about it, especially if you enjoy this song, when you do finally hear the original in the more dense, more intimidating form, which is an entire orchestra, you will already be familiar with the melody, which will make it easier to get into it. Just like when you go to a concert and you don't know any of the songs that are being played, a concert that should be fun is kind of boring. But if you know the songs, that can be just enough to make the concert fun to go to. Same thing with this. Kids are getting exposed to the melody, and that'll make the original work more accessible. So I think what Marcin is doing here is excellent for music education and just for bettering the youth in general. That's my favorite thing about it. For me, as someone who's into classical music already, of course I don't like Marcin. It's a sensationalized and kind of warped version of the instrument and the music that I know and love. So of course I don't like it. It's not for me. It's just like how I don't listen to rock music really anymore. But I did listen to rock music a lot when I was a kid, and that's what got me to where I am now with classical guitar. I needed to be introduced to the instrument and music in some way. And I think Marcin's music is an excellent introduction to classical and the guitar for kids. And, you know, they can eventually move on and then study in their conservatoire and play classical guitar, and they will be happy and fulfilled. And and then they'll listen to this and they'll be like, oh, I don't like this. Like, well, this isn't for you. This is like you watching a kid's show and being, oh, I don't like this. Yeah, it's for kids. Of course you don't like it. You're an adult. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Let's keep listening. Yeah, and doing things like this, I didn't learn about tremolo until I was 17 or something. My electric teacher at the time told me about it in the context of Eddie Van Halen doing it, and he said the way you would do it is play with a pick. Wow, I hate that. But I never would have seen tremolo actually being used in a song that I would have liked. So seeing him do this, that's like already exposing me. Like if I were a kid learning guitar, I would immediately see that and try to start just practicing that. So he's exposing us to these classical guitar techniques too, which is kind of cool. I feel like I didn't get much exposure to that as a kid. I would have loved to see this when I was younger. And even the harmony and stuff, hearing this kind of harmony in the context of a guitar, that might also be a rare thing for a kid. Yeah, this is all like formative, important stuff to hear. So he's doing the right thing. I mean, that's the choice that you get to make as an artist, right? I feel like we look at sensationalizing stuff as kind of bad, but he ultimately is spreading a good message, and he's doing it in a way that's going to get more popular. It's more sensational. The masses need their classical music too. You know, not everybody needs to make the most dense thing ever. including this. This is a really smart move too, because this is a slow, easy version of what he was just playing. This could totally be something that you could play after a year or so of practice. And as someone who teaches, who generally tries to steer people towards classical music, if I had a kid who was kind of uninterested in classical in general, and then they brought me this section right here, like, hey, can we figure out how to play this? I'd be like, absolutely, yes, this is perfect. It's such a stepping stone for the harmony and the technique. And because it's in this cool song they like, it's more accessible. It's perfect. Yep. Alright, I don't think we need to listen to the rest of it. I think we get the idea for what we're hearing there. I mean, yeah, everything I said. Like, I came to this in the first Marson video. When it comes to accessible music, it's way easier for someone to just listen to a solo instrument play, especially when they're dancing around and it's cool and percussive and snappy. Listening to this as an orchestral piece with a conductor, and it's all stuffy and everyone's wearing suits, it's not snappy at all. It's all phrased. It just isn't as fast. It's not as quick to listen to. So yeah, like, this stuff is absolutely necessary. Anyone who thinks that I hate this, or I'm like talking crap on Marson, or I'm envious or jealous of Marson or anything, I mean, of course I am. We all are, really. But I do recognize the role that he plays. He is one of the most famous modern guitarists right now. I think he had like 2 million subscribers, which is huge. And you know, he plays fast, snappy, virtuosic stuff, and he takes from source material that's really great. You know, at least sometimes. Sometimes he takes from really bad source material too, like when he does pop music and stuff. But you know, that makes him more popular, and then he can take his good source material, and then that will reach more people than it would have otherwise. If more guitar students want to learn stuff like that, that's fine by me, because it's all just a stepping stone to make them learn classical music. Thank you, Marcin, for helping indoctrinate the youth into classical. All roads lead to classical. Yes. Yes. Alright, let's go ahead and wrap this one up here. Of course, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Hey, want some lessons? I don't know. Send me an email if you want. You can just reach out. That's fine. Not taking new students, though. Sorry. I'm just gonna keep saying that forever, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Ruden's Delight, head on down over there, of course. And there's a Patreon member section. I live stream my practice, so be sure to check that out if you want. And yeah, alright, well, I'll see you in the next one.